So President Trump's call for the Washington Commanders to restore their old nickname receiving a major endorsement. The family of the Indian chief depicted in the logo also wants the Redskins name back. Thomas Whitecalf explained, quote, his life story was erased from history. Even worse, Uncle Two Guns was dehumanized. He was ridiculed as a savage and clownish mascot. It is time to correct history and end racial injustice. Joining us now is David Finkenbinder, a board member of the Native American Guardians Association. David, what could you tell us about the true meaning of the word Redskin?
Good morning. The true meaning of the Redskins, there's different, people believe there's different meanings. What I believe is that the Redskins was a warrior. It was an honor and proud to be a Redskins.
So when you heard the name Redskins, how many people in the Native American community were upset by that?
None that I have been in contact with, some of my family in South Dakota, not one bit offended by that.
So David, what could you tell us about the truth behind the picture on the former Washington Redskins helmet?
Well, my understanding is that it's the actual, Chief Two Guns that is depicted on there. And, what an honor that would be to do that.
And when it was taken off, the family was insulted, never consulted. In fact, the son of George Allen, the former governor and senator from Virginia, whose dad was coach of the Redskins at the time, and put the logo on the helmet. Here's the real story.
When they have these folks putting like a no parking sign through that logo was recommended, designed, and advocated by American Indians.
It's our word. The European words are Indian and savage and now indigenous. And, we're sick and tired of the intellectual elite at the top of the university towers, like they're all have their own little Hogwarts, telling us what to do with our names.
So, David, you want to build on what they said?
Yeah, I agree 100%, and it was, to me, it was tragedy that history and heritage in this country, which is sad because Natives were part of, getting America started.
So would you be happy, if they kept the logo of the picture of the former tribal chief and kept the name Commanders? Would you ever be happy with a split there? The logo goes back on, but the Commanders remain the name. Or the logo is somewhere in the stadium, the new stadium.
No, I mean, that would I guess that would kind of help. But my feeling is you got to do it all, put the logo back on and change the name back to Redskins.
Have you gotten a response from the league? Have you gotten a response from the team?
No, we've reached out to the team and we have not received a response. We being Native American Guardians Association.
What's your feeling about the president getting aggressive on this?
I think it's necessary, and I'm glad and proud that he's doing that. It should have happened, a long time ago. They should have never changed the name.
Are you upset by the Chiefs, the Braves?
Oh, absolutely not.
The Blackhawks?
No. Nope.
All right, there you go. David Finkenbinder, hopefully we're going to get some resolve on this, because when the American Indian community speaks up, I think somebody should be listening. It would have helped if they consulted you first. Thanks so much. We're getting the real story little by little. Meanwhile,
thank you, Brian.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.